What's happening, my comic fans? Kara here, Capital K Comic Reviews, coming at you with another video. This is going to be the sixth and final video for my tutorial on pressing comics. But before we get into this, if you like this video or you like the series or the content that I put on my channel, sub to the channel, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I drop new content on the channel. And don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video. So don't forget to hit it, sub to the channel, hit the bell, we're away in. Let's get into it. Let's go. Right guys, well we're back again, pressing video 6, last one in the series. I hope if you've watched the series, all the info that you've got from me has helped you in your journey from being a newbie pressing comics to where you are now, and I hope you're satisfied with how it's turning out in your own little world with pressing your own books or comics for other people, and all that good stuff. So I do hope it's working out for you. You know, I know it's been a little bit of a while, or a little bit of time between videos. I apologize for that, guys. If you watched the last video of the d.i.y pressing comics, I said in there it's going to take, you know, when I was cold pressing, I used to leave them in there for weeks, months at a time. So I thought I'll try and give it a little bit of time and leave it in there for a few weeks and see what the results are. So, you know, it's been a couple of weeks now. I haven't even checked them. I haven't checked them at all. They've just been sitting there doing their own thing, and I'm going to pull them out in a minute. I'm not going to let you hold on for any longer waiting for the results to see what they look like. Maybe in the time that I've dropped these two videos you have tried your own d.i.y style of pressing and it's worked for you. But we're going to pull these bad boys out and we're going to see what they look like. So we'll start straight off with the clamp one. Guys, remember, so let's take the first clamp off. Again, so you can see it in the video. Whoa. But yeah, like I said, I left them in there when I was cold pressing for months at a time. Months at a time. I used to leave them in there sandwiched between books in my collection, or, you know, like I said, the old school, when I was younger they had encyclopedias, big encyclopedias my parents had, used those. But let's see what it looks like. So take that board off. There's the paper. Right, so that's what it looks like straight off the bat. And I can tell you right now, it hasn't got all the creases out. Right? Hence why I left them in months at a time. But if you remember what they look like before I put them in there, the front. It's definitely a lot better. But as you can see, it is still wrinkled and stuff like that. So like I said, leave them in there for months and months if you're cold pressing d.i.y styles, even to the point where you may want to clamp them up a bit harder or put more clamps on them. But that's the result after 2.5 weeks of being sandwiched in between those boards from what it was last time. And that's d.i.y styles. But yeah, the next one is the weights one, and I think I did put another extra weight on it during the week. I can't really remember, but take them out. Try to drop them on the other comics there. That'll be bad news. So she had about 12.5 kgs. Don't know what that is in pounds. I can't read it right on the spot for you. And we'll see what she came out like, eh? That board off. See if I can ricochet it off. So as you can see, if you remember what it was like, it's still wrinkled, but a lot better than what it was. She's flat-ish, but she's still got all the, you can still see all the wrinkles, so maybe need more weights, and definitely a longer time. But hey guys, that's the result from, if you remember what the last ones look like, to what they are, what they look like in the last video to now. Is a hell of a lot of improvement than what they were, but they can still do with a lot more work, and hence why, guys, I moved on to the heat press, and eliminated that problem altogether. Split the time way down. But if you guys cannot afford a heat press or anything like that, I may put one up in the future of doing a heat press with a household iron, doing it like that and showing you guys how to do that. I may do that at a later date, but as for now, guys, that's the DIY result after about 2.5 weeks of sitting there pressing on my bench. But yeah, so keep cracking at it if you're DIYing it. Don't give up. Don't let the results of that, like I said, I used to keep them in there for weeks on end, months on ends, before I'd even pulled them out and stuff. I just put them in there and figured it. So yeah, so that's the end of that's the results of the DIY. We're going to get into the nitty gritty of what this video is going to be actually about, and it's one thing I think I mentioned earlier on in the series that we'll cover, and it is spine rolls. Now, spine rolls is something that occurs a hell of a lot with collecting comics, and you've probably come across them a lot of times as well. And I'm gonna show you the two different common spine rolls anyway, that you'll come across, and we'll go through that. So first one we got, it's just a reader copy, and this usually happens if you've got your comics stacked up out of backing boards, things like that, and you just stacked up, and you'll notice if you stack them all up with the staples on one side, they tend to thing over, or they may just be sitting there and just over time start to do that. If you can see it, how it starts curling up on the spine. I'll get it flat up. That's your most common kind of spine roll, if you can see it there. That's the most common one. Yeah, lifting up like that. That's the common spine roll. Now the one I'm going to show you today, and how to fix it or rectify it with pressing with a heat press, is it's going to be on a key comic, and it is Black Panther #1 is what we're going to see. So it is a big key comic, and unfortunately it has gone up in value due to Chadwick Boseman passing away. RIP Chadwick. But this is the one we're going to press. Now if you take a close look, I'm going to see if you can see what the problem is and why we would consider this a spine roll. Haven't got it yet? Well, I think I covered in an earlier video, spine rolls can be like the one I just showed you, or if you have the staples facing forward. So if your staples are facing forward, it means the cover of your or the comic has actually rolled the spine. And if you can see in there, the staples are facing forward because the end of the comic is there and they're facing right at you. So this is the one we're going to rectify. This is the one we're going to show you guys how to fix if you've got books like this, and we'll fix it for you. So we'll cut out of here, and then we'll I'll break out to when we are prepping it, getting it ready for the press. Alright guys? Right guys, what we're going to do is I've taken Black Panther #1 out of the backing board, and that I've put my press on. I'm going to put it up to heat to 150 for an older book, and 160 for an older book. What I'm going to do is all I've done is put a backing board in here, in the middle where the staple goes, and I'm basically gonna manipulate the comic to where I roll it around to where the staple is facing where it should be facing. Now when rolling it around, basically just kink up the booklet or the cover of it so far. You will have to manipulate and mess around with it a bit, you know, to maybe not what you like, but basically what it's going to do is going to leave you with that, and it's going to push the comic. See how the staples are now facing where they should be. They should be facing straight at you, just like that. And basically all I'm going to do is when it's in the press, so make sure your pages aren't poking out of the covers, you know, so it's anything like that. And basically all I've done is I've taken the backing board from the middle of the press, and I've put it right to the edge, just running right along the edge there. Then I've had the Teflon paper in there hanging off out a little bit, and doing it like that. So when you come to do it, what are we up to now? We're basically up so she can go off. She's at 160, bang on the money. How good is that? I'm gonna put, just like normal pressing, guys, put your papers down and stuff like that. Face them long ways instead of straight up and down, long ways like that. And I'm going to put my Teflon sheet in now. Get it in there. Because I'm going to pull it up while I'm pressing it on. It's kind of fidgety way how I do it, but this is how I do it. You know, by all means, you've got other ways, or you find other ways of doing it, and you find other ways of doing it. That's how we're going to do it. Basically, I'm going to put that on top of that, because that half of the comic, or the front half of the comic, I'm going to have hanging out of the machine. So basically when I hold it, she's all up to where she should be. Yep. Manipulation is key. I'll double check it because it's just sliding a bit. There she goes. Alright, so now I'm just going to chuck the paper on top. I'm going to put it face up. Pretty much just putting the top of the half of the comic in with the spine of it in there, leaving the opening out, and then just press it down. You can have it in there for a little bit, or you know, and it's just really just to get that press, it's to straighten it out. And then once you've done that, you can pull it out and then give it a full press, all set up, pages in, boards in, and straighten out the whole book with the new spine line in it. So yeah, so we'll crack away and I'll pull it out when it's finished and we'll have a look at it. Right guys, we're back at it. Here we go again. We're going to pull it out. It hasn't been in that long, just a couple of minutes. We'll pull it out and see what she looks like. And boom, look at that. Focus, get it focus. Staples facing straight at you, guys. That's how you fix it. Easy, 1, 2 Japanese's, you know, easy squeezies. Now the staples are not facing forward, they are facing where they should be. Once you've done that, you can set up the book, like I said, give it a full press, just a hammer at home kind of thing. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much how you straighten out spine rolls, or how I straighten out spine rolls. Hopefully it works for you guys. You know, let me know in the comments what you think about that, and if you've enjoyed the series, and if you have any questions whatsoever about pressing comics in general, hit me up in the comments down below, guys, and I'll hit back to you as soon as I can. So that's it in a nutshell, my guys. Thank you for watching in the series for Pressing Comics 101 from beginners to now. I hope it has helped you in your endeavour of pressing comics. But once again, hit that like button, hit the sub button, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I drop new content on my channel, which is going to be on a regular basis. But thanks guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. We's out.